Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami ngoNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyazifunde iy'ncwadi ey'bhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese siza la sokhuluma ngazo lezo y'ncwadi esuke sifundile. Senzela laba phela abangenaso isikhathi sokuthi bay'funde iy'ncwadi nalaba abasuke benqena nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama-reality shows. Senze ama-reviews and or ama-recaps. Siphinde futhi sikhulume any other issues avukayo uma ngabe ama-shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Uma ngabe uyaqala ukusijoyina namhlanje and you really like our content, ungakhohlwa ukuthi upress u-subscribe button la ngezansi bese uyaphinda futhi upress i-notification bell la eduze kuka-subscribe ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha fakile. Namhlanje ngenza i-review or i-recap ye-show yethu entsha sha laphayana kuMoja Love ebizwa ngokuthi Ukungenwa. Hey, yeah, Moja Love is exposing us to all sort of lifestyles, to be honest with you. Ukungenwa ke kulaba who are not Zulu is when, say, you are siblings, and you are siblings like you are brothers, and your brother dies or passes away, but they already had a wife and kids, and then as a brother, maybe you're a younger brother or older brother, you take their wife, you take over their family as your family, meaning that you also take the wife as your own. It gets complicated, yeah, when it's somebody that already had their own wife, or particular, and also the fact that usually you are not in love with that person, you still want to take marry somebody that you are in love with. So sometimes they will take this wife and then take their own wife too. So this is what we're talking about here. So the story that they're following is story Siyabonga Mhlongo. I honestly think ukuthi Umoja Love just goes to taxi ranks for these shows and just be like, what are you taxi drivers up to? Because honestly, even with because even with the Lokuzana Umnakwethu, there is always a relation to the taxi industry. All of those guys, it's either there's a relation to a taxi industry or Maskandi. And here as well, I really think they just go to all of the taxi ranks, Zasegoli and KZN, looking for these people. So Siyabonga Mhlongo sounds like he's a taxi driver or taxi owner. I don't know which one it is. Yabo, but Juput was a taxi rank. Usiyabonga Mhlongo has ingoduso uMamkhize balobolene but abaqedeni ukulobolana and basegoli, but uyasho lana uMamkhize ukuthi akayena wasegoli, yena wasenkandla, ubaba wakhe owaseNewcastle, so umuntu wala eKZN. Now ulona uba Usiyabonga, his brother passed. Okay, his brother passed, was an older brother. When his brother passed, he already had a wife and kids and already had a house, I think, because they talked about him having impahla ethile, like he's inheriting something of his brother besides inheriting iLokhuzane family. So Usiyabonga ke, his father are they still in the process or something? Because, but it looks like he's already agreed to it. His father decided ukuthi uLokhuzana Usiyabonga angene umakoti his brother's wife. So now I think a lot of the times it's an issue of, sometimes ukungenwa, it's an issue of the family not wanting to let go of umakoti because ulotsholiwe umakoti. Sometimes it's because they love umakoti and they love the kids, they don't want to let go of that. If ehamba mhlawumbe uzohamba nempahla yasekhaya, because obviously izinto that belong to the brother belong to the wife. Now if they live with those things. Sometimes it's that, it's just, sometimes it's a selfish decision on the family side, not wanting to let the person just go and move on with their life and live their lives. They want the person to remain here. Sometimes it's their concern in saying, if there's no man in the house, it won't be protected. Like they need somebody to protect that household, which you can do still without ukuthi ungene unkosikazi, but people would feel ukuthi unkosikazi udinga ukungena. Here's the thing, guys, ngokungenwa. I remember ngasekhaya there was this family that even as a child, when I was very young, you guys, like I remember looking at that couple, bekune couple I remember looking at that couple, always feeling like, how the hell did these people come together? Because it was Lo Putilona, he was younger than the wife, ne? And he was Labo Putilaba, clean, shining shoes, blue lining, and all of that. And he had a wife who looked older, obeng, mahliphlip njena, yabo mama nganaki njena, ozala every year, you know. Ovela zihambele ngeenyawo mhlawumbe edrobheni or whatever yabona nje ubona inuku nje likamama nje like uma ubabeka nje bo-two I used to feel like how the hell did this couple come together and she looked older than the man even as a child you guys not knowing anything about Ukungenwa or anything like that I remember just thinking hey laba abafanelene you know and then I remember one day hearing my mom and my aunts kujoke njena and then someone mentioned ukuthi I phela it wasn't ulokhuzana umakoti wakhe she was umakoti of the older brother and then the older brother died she already had two kids the older brother died then the younger brother kwafanele ukuthi angene ilona and then they had many other kids after that and guys they stayed together up until now I don't think that Loabut took his own wife. That was his wife. His brother's wife became his wife, and that's it. Even to this day, they have grown up kids. I think both of them are still alive. They're older, obviously now. So that's Ukungenwa. I mean, that was like the one time that I experienced like seeing it happen. Was like it does happen, like for real. You know, I just remember the mystery ukuthi nje growing up we always used to think ukuthi yo abafaneleni clean love but lona you know you used to think I know something happened here but that was the thing you guys so it does happen in communities and it's not something eyenzeka ngeke zibe imfihlo when it happens because obviously the community knows ukuthi this one was married to this one they passed and then now they're married to this person yes so now uSiyabonga I was talking to lo baba lona bathi uCumisa I hate ukuthi enomoja love when they do their subtitles they spell things wrong when it comes to izinto zesiZulu they were saying bebebhala Nqumisa or something tebhedayo nje bebhala uCumisa bebhala into engekho man kuma subtitles zabo so now ke uxoxela lo baba at first I thought ukuthi ubaba Gcumisa was his father but then I realized no I think ubaba njena abaxoxa naye kakhulu lapha yana because uhlale hostela lana uSiyabonga uhlale hostela with ingoduso yakhe so kade esekhaya so uyaxoxa nje umxoxele ukuthi uyamxoxela ubaba Gcumisa like he supports indaba yokuthi angene unkosikazi kamfo wabo uyamxoxela ukuthi how is it and he's saying ukuthi yakona I was at home but this thing ubani kambe ongenwayo kukaMacingwane this thing yokungena kukaMacingwane is becoming a problem because now I don't understand because uyazi ukuthi uyangenwa yena it's not like ngiyamthanda I don't love her but I will take care of her because I feel like it's my responsibility to do so kodwa manje sekunenkinga ukuthi every time manginaye if my wife calls or should we say ingoduso yakhe my fiance because they are engaged by the way balobolene and they're also engaged with Mamkhize so my phone uthi manje umuntu usenesikhwele angisa understand manje ngoba phela uyazeni ukuthi ungeniwe it's not like umuntu ebengimthanda so and mina nje I feel like irresponsibility yami is just to make sure ukuthi she's not uncomfortable like she's protected kubo you know akahlukumeze emzini wakhe njalo akahlukumezeki and all of that but it's not like siyathandana so I still have my wife mina engamchoose that I love very much uthi futhi ukuhlaza kukaMacingwane I didn't get to suma kaMacingwane bathi kukaMacingwane ukuhlaza futhi unanokuthakathana kukhona kusolayo lana kusho yena njalo lo Siyabonga ukuthi futhi unokuthakatha lo nkosikazi uthi hayi ukhuluma kakhulu futhi but why would you agree to that guys like why would you agree to that because honestly you already have your fiance you are happy in a relationship you can just say no baba no just let her move on with her life because it looks like there isn't anything that he likes about kukaMacingwane except ukuthi he gets to inherit impahla kabhuti wakhe when he inherits her and the kids but he doesn't like ukuthi ukhuluma kakhulu complain too much unesikhwele uyathakatha futhi yabo nje yonke into it's just negative hayi athi enelona hayi kufanele uthena kaphuza imbiza or something angikanda sekuthi ukuphuza imbiza kuzomsiza ngani manje ulokhuzana mina umhlongo yani. And then there was another scene where ulona ke uSiyabonga wente eyohlala nezinsizwa lapha la kudliwa khona inhloko bangihalisa ngenhloko nepapa nkosambe bedla kamnandi yazi yabona lokho kudla kwaserenke. So I guess his friends are just because they know he's coming from home and they know about the situation yokungena ulona umakoti kamfowabo. They're asking him ukuthi how did you feel about her? They were asking valid questions as I liked it because they're wondering how is this relationship going to work? How is it working now? One of them asked, can you just tell me how did you feel about her before your brother passed? That is something that you can be curious about because if it's so easy they feel like maybe bewumthanda even before. He says that no, bengamthandi, it wasn't even his type and all of that. And then but the fact that uyamngena means ukuthi ngempela kusho ukuthi ngisho esaphila umfowenu you could have ukuthi umntshontshe unkosikazi kamfowenu bahleka leyo nto ke. And they're talking about the kids and then one of them asked him ukuthi and tell me if umfowenu had nothing, like absolutely like nothing, neither nothing, I guess like in terms of he didn't own any property or anything like that or didn't have any assets, would you take over unkosikazi wakhe if bengena benefits for you to take over unkosikazi kabhuti wakho, would you do it? And he says no, wayengamane ahambe ashiye ingane. Okay, which makes it clear ukuthi umngena vele ngoba uyazi ukuthi kune benefits ekumngeneni yena. And so omunye futhi asked another valid question because he says okay, are you guys going to have kids? And then he says also if you guys okay uneyingane ulokhuzana kukaMacingwane zikamfowenu, then nawe unengane noMamkhize, then you guys are going to have kids together. Uma ngabe sekwabiwa ifa iliphi ifa elizobangwa lana? And who is firstborn, who is not? I thought there was a valid question, you guys, because yes, bona abasemzini owodwa, but uzothi balamana kanjani ke manje? Are you going to say ukuthi ezikaMacingwane ingane, if ukaMacingwane for an example has a son, would you say kaMacingwane ingane iyona inkosana, or would you say eyakhe ingane iyona inkosana? And also because phela you are taking over your brother's stuff, those things uzozabela ingane zika brother wakho ozokwabela zonke ingane, and uma zibanga ingane those things rightfully ezikabani, ezengane zakho or ezengane zakhe. And he says yena phela vele ingane sekuyezakhe njengoba sengenile inkosikazi zonke sekuyezakhe. But I thought those were valid questions, you guys. Traditionally I don't know how it works. If you have your own wife onengane nalo onengane, you take ama assets akho nakabhuti wakho uyawahlanganisa. When you have to split them, because phela ngokwelokhuzana ngokwesizulu inkosana kunezinto ezithile that inkosana gets. Ubani inkosana la ekhaya kahle ubani inkosana la ekhaya, ingane kaMacingwane noma ingane kaMamkhize. But they were asking very valid questions. They were just joking about it and they were like, hayi sekumnandi ke wena ke sujabula mawula egoli uphinde ujabule mawusekhaya. Yeah. Anyway, and then we saw another scene when uSiyabonga was taking a walk nomakoti wakhe uMamkhize kwa-California. I guess uMamkhize is just suspecting something is going on because she's not clear yet ukuthi ukaMacingwane usengeniwe noma is it something that is still being negotiated. And uSiyabonga is not being clear to say ukuthi this is something that is already happening, sengimngenile ukaMacingwane. So uMamkhize, she is insecure because of those uncertainties that she's feeling. And then they're taking a walk, ukhala ifone uthi no, it's just we reject ifone uthi no, it's just a friend. And baxabaniswa iloko ukuthi always masindawonye, there's always a friend and whatnot and what. I think she's just feeling insecure because she knows ukuthi uSiyabonga was at home and she knows ukuthi there are talks zokuthi usiyabonga angene ulokhuzana ukaMacingwane. So now uMamkhize mayichaza indaba yokungena uthena yes, because she does go to visit her sister just to vent and tell her nge-stress and the fights that they had beno siyabonga. And she says yena when it comes to indaba yokungena wazi ukuthi into engakenzeki leyo, because she was called and told ukuthi okay njengoba kuhambe ubhuti omdala usiyabonga ufanele angene ulokhuzana umakoti wakhe, and bamtshela ukuthi ngezindaba zamasiko nani nani. Uthi she wasn't given a chance to talk, she wasn't given a chance to say anything there. And she just didn't understand it. She didn't understand the whole concept sokuthi ngathi unkosikazi omdala a grown up ufanele agade ugadwa ugadwane. That would be me, you guys, like gade ukuthi kunjani. Hayibo hayibo girl. Hayibo girl, nangu girl efuna ukugada umyeni wami. Nangu girl efuna ukugada umyeni. So like ugada. And so unalawo ama questions I just don't understand it. Uyagada ubaba omdala athi vele they are not close, but it's not like baxabana with unkosikazi kabhuti omdala. It was just that mayeya emzini yena umfice khona, but it was like mudala kunaye, so she had nothing to relate to her about, so they didn't really talk that much. Ayike manje ngathi sekuzoba ulokhuzana umnakwabo, but she does say at some point ukuthi yazi this would be so different if it was ukuthi mhlambe umnakwabo lona usiyabonga uhambile wayoshela umuntu and said ukuthi ufuna ukuthatha isithembu, that would be different. But leyo ukuthi ugogo umama omdala uzogenwa ulokhuza wakhe, she doesn't understand it. Yeah, you guys. But they didn't go abayanga emakhaya for us to see ilokhuzana umakoti kamfowabo omdala, to see ubaba lo who is pushing for ukungenwa loku. So it would be interesting honestly to see that. I don't know how they're going to play it out, because ulona uMamkhize naye usiyabonga they live eGoli, and ulokhuzana ngathi usemakhaya, unkosikazi lo munye usemakhaya. So I don't know how they're going to play those scenes. We're probably not gonna see a lot of scenes with Mamkhize nolona ndawonye, but I'm sure they will find a way so that we can see that dynamic, how it works out. But yeah, that was the first episode of Ukungenwa, you guys. It looks like it's going to be an interesting show. I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. But once again, guys, these shows are always putting women at a disadvantage. It's always exploring and exploiting my feelings and of women, and that is South Africa for us. That is South Africa for us, because people that are getting hurt and are getting shook, and ipeace yabantu edisturbekayo la yabantu besifazane, and a man is standing there just laughing and having fun about it. But yeah, that was episode 1, you guys. I think this show, honestly, because for me, I like doing shows that interest me. I think this show, I'm gonna do it because it interests me, and maybe there's a few people that would like it as well, but it is quite interesting, so we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ngithanda kakhulu.